Balloon Utopia and mark it with balloons. Today we're hanging out in my test kitchen, cooking up some balloons for you. So I want to show you how to make a Spongebob. You guys have been asking for it, and here it is. So to do this one, what we need here is we need 4 yellow 260s, inflate it with, I'd say about a 2-inch tail, 1 white 260 with about a 4-inch tail, a mocha or brown 260 with about a 4 or 5-inch tail, a red 160, it doesn't matter how much you inflate it, you're only going to use about that much, a yellow 260, this one you're going to inflate, I'd say about 2/3, 3/4 of the way, and 2 eyeball balloons. Okay? So you want to inflate them till they're round, and you see that I have them tied off at the nozzle, leaving a good portion of the neck. And that's because we're going to have to squeeze it and put a pinch twist in it in order to make them point straight. All right, so what we're actually doing here is a flat weave. So we're going to take our first 2 yellow 260s, and we're going to put a little bubble in it, and then you see I'm clipping it with my pinky to my palm so that I can leave my grabby fingers open. I'm going to do the same thing on the other hand. Now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of crisscross them. I'd say, about that wide. So that's probably about 10 inches, 9, 10 inches. Yeah, about 9 inches. Okay, so now you see what we have here is we have this kind of double bubble with legs shooting out on each side. We're going to make a small, tiny little bubble like that, and we're going to come over to the other side, you see, and you're going to twist it off. On the other side, you're also going to make a small, tiny bubble, and you're going to wrap them around each other and bring this one back over. Twist it. Now, here's the trick, is instead of trying to sew it through, what we're going to do is we're simply going to roll one on top of the other, just like so. Just like that, okay? We're going to do this 3 more times, so we have a total of 5 layers. 1, bring it across. Now, this balloon is not going to be big enough to do it all, so that's why we have the other 2. Okay? Bring it over like this, and now we're going to need to put it in the next set of balloons. This is not long enough to do it. For now, we're just going to leave it like this, so we're going to twist off a little bubble here, twist off a little bubble right here, like that. We're going to do the same thing on this side. It looks a little messy for the moment. Don't worry, we'll go and clean it all up in just a bit. Okay, and then we're going to continue with what we were doing. Bring it around, bring this one around. Okay, and now we're just going to kind of put this out to the side like this. We'll get rid of it in just a little bit and kind of repurpose some of these pieces. Okay, so we want to come for our final yellow layer here, just like so. Okay, now we're going to put in our white layer. So like I said, don't worry about these pieces here. We'll get rid of it and clean everything up in the end. All right, so now what we're going to do is, you see I've twisted a little bubble in the white balloon, and we're going to make the little bubble in the yellow, and we're going to make a little bubble in the yellow on the other side. That's so it brings it up a layer. We're going to take our white, bring it across, and because we have a bubble here, we're going to put a little pinch twist here so they match. Okay, and now we're going to come back around. And sometimes I do just 1 white layer, and sometimes I do 2. I think today we'll do 2, just for fun. So what we're going to do, here's the trick to this one, okay? we're gonna go up with the yellow bubble because we're still gonna need this yellow balloon, and we're also going to come up with the white one at the same time. So we're making kind of a double bubble in the seam right there, just like that. Okay, and now we're gonna bring that white balloon over. And this time we're not putting a pinch twist in it. We're just wrapping around. You see I made the little yellow bubble, wrapping it around, and then bringing it back over here. Okay, and wrapping that in. Again, this little piece that's hanging out, we'll cut off a little bit later. So now we want to bring our brown. And I'm doing the most simplistic one. So, you know, there's a way that you can do it where you're going to make, you know, separate brown for the pants and then you're going to put the legs out through it. We're not doing that today. Today we're going to go with the easy way. Okay, so we're making another little bubble in the yellow and a little bubble in the brown, just like that. Exactly the same way that we did it with the white. Bring it across. We're going to put a little pinch twist so that we have congruency on both sides. Like that. And like that. And I'm only going to do one brown layer. I'm not going to do two. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this piece right now. And I'm going to just tie it off and set it to the side just in case I need it later. Okay, so here's what we have now. Now we want to start adding some of the details. So right here in the third bubble, I'm going to split it in half, just like so. Okay, just like that. And you see this is where I'm going to attach his nose and his eyes and his teeth. I'm also in this white bubble, I'm going to split this one in half, just like so. It's a little bit difficult doing it like backwards and upside down like this, but that's okay. All right, so now we're actually going to take this piece of the balloon and I'm just going to take it off. So remember, like I said, we're going to repurpose it. So I'm going to tie it back off and I would just take whatever's the longest piece. There's always little leftover pieces. And I'm going to put two small pinch twists into it, okay? Just like this. So you see I've got my two little double bubbles. I'm going to twist them together and just kind of move them backwards and forwards, kind of shape it up a little bit. Okay, so this nose is kind of going to become the anchor for everything. And I'm just going to kind of flip those pinch twists around and just kind of move it around like this. Okay, good. So now we have that. Now we're going to take this 160 and we're just doing two small bubbles, I guess about 3 finger spread. I'm going to pull that nozzle through so that I can make it nice and tight and secure. And then I'm just going to kind of twist it right into his nose there. Just like so, for his exaggerated teeth. Okay, and then I'm going to take the eyes and I'm actually going to tie them together. Where they are tied, again, I'm leaving a lot of the neck uninflated. So here I'm just going to kind of bring these up over the nose and kind of, you know, put them in through there. But then I don't want them like going wonky like that. I want them looking straight. So that's what I was talking about earlier. Let's see if I turn around, maybe this will help. That, you see, I'm going to kind of push the air into the neck and then I'm going to make that a pinch twist. And then what that will do is that's going to set it so that it's looking straight. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other eyeball. And squeak away as we do it. All right? So there's his funky eyes. We'll get his nose kind of going up. Take care of this. All right. So now we're going to kind of start to manicure it a little bit. And in just a second, I'm going to go ahead and add those arms. So for the legs, again, this is kind of my simple, fast version. Just going to put a little bubble here and then just make a loop twist. Very simple. Just like that, and then kind of give it a little bend. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing here on the other side. A little bubble, a little loop, and a bend. Okay, now before we go and put the arms, this one right here is for the tie. So to make the tie, we're gonna make 3 pinch twists. Okay? 1, like that. 2, and 3. And we're just gonna go down, I guess, about that much. About 3 fingers worth. And we'll tie it off. So exactly the way we put the nose on, we're just gonna kind of wrap it around right here, like so, and kind of push it down like this. We will also put some stripes on it, and of course cut this off when we finish it off and make sure everything's manicured. So now what we're gonna do is we wanna go through, and everywhere where we have these nozzle ends, we just want to give them a little pinch twist and hide that nozzle, kind of clean up the uglies. We don't necessarily want to pop them off because they help a little bit with stability, and then also, you know, it kind of keeps everything together. So we're just going to kind of hide those nozzles in there. That one's all wonky. All right. One more over here. That side has a pinch twist, that one has a pinch twist. Do this side. Those are where we added those extra balloons in. And here, okay. Actually, this one before I pop it off, I'm gonna sew it in because I really wanna make sure it's good and secure. I don't wanna lose this bubble. So just like that, and then there's my scissors. Let's just get rid of this guy. Okay, so now, before I go and do all the artwork and everything, I want to make some arms. So to start with, I'm going to make a tiny little bubble, and I'm going to make 2 small little bubbles for the hand, just like that. So here is one little arm. You see I put a little bend in it, and I'm just going to wrap it around this pinch twist right here. Just like so. And then I'm going to go around the back of his head here, and I'm going to wrap it around here. Just like that. And then I'm going to try to match it on this side. And he doesn't have real big arms, so we don't want to like overdo it. That's why we make them kind of tiny. You could also, if you want, make it coming out of the shirt. He's a sponge, so where his arms are is not necessarily well defined. So we're gonna push that one through. Let's just clean up all of our little excess bits here. All right, so here's what we have. Now we just wanna kind of do a little bit of artwork. And I am not a great artist. We'll show you the back. That's the back. So I keep it really, really, really simple. So essentially what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my blue pen and I'm gonna color his eyes. Just like so. And then he's got some little like freckle things here. So we're gonna put a couple of dots, 1, 2, 3. Same thing on the other side. Let's see which level did we do that on. My biggest challenge with making these videos is trying to do everything backwards and upside down. Okay, like that. Now, I like to give him a striped tie. It makes it more obvious it's a tie. There we go. We've got totally cute little Spongebob that will make anybody's day. Now, if you like this, you should make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You should also hit like on this video and leave me a comment. Let me know what else you want to see. This video is because you guys asked for it. Until next time, Spongebob and I say,